Ladies and gentlemen, a new snapshot from Minecraft Java Edition 1.14, the Village and Pillage update has been released. This is the last big feature update for this version, featuring a massive new drop of village-related features. After this, we'll be seeing more bug fixing before going into pre-releases and finally the release of Minecraft 1.14. My name is slicedlime. I'm here to bring you the most comprehensive unofficial guide to the changes in Minecraft Snapshot 19w11a that you can possibly find. Let's start with some blocks and items. There's a new banner pattern added in this version. It's the globe banner pattern, and of course the globe is a square. You can find this in the creative menu, and in survival mode you can buy it as a high level trade from cartographer villagers. We'll get more into the trades later on. The smithing table now has a crafting recipe. It's crafted with 4 planks and 2 iron ingots. The fletching table now also has a crafting recipe that's crafted with 4 planks and 2 flint. Both the smithing table and the fletching table will be left without any crafting functionality for Minecraft 1.14. However, there are plans for their functionality coming for the next major update that will be Minecraft 1.15. Now, let's get into all that new juicy village stuff. Let's start with a change to village generation. All of the different types of villagers have been removed from the structure files. They now only have a nitwit and an unemployed structure file in there. And that is because villagers now spawn without a profession and then later pick a profession and switch to it. So only nitwits will spawn in a certain types, everybody else will spawn as unemployed and then switch to a profession. Both nitwits and unemployed villagers cannot be interacted with and have no trades. Villagers choose a profession based on a point of interest block that they find. Those point of interest blocks are different for different professions, so what type of villagers you get can be controlled by what blocks you have in the village. The point of interests are blast furnaces for armorers, smokers for butchers, cartography tables for cartographers, brewing stands for clerics, composters for farmers, barrels for fishermen, fletching tables for fletchers, cauldrons for leatherworkers, lecterns for librarians, stone cutters for masons, looms for shepherds, smithing tables for toolsmiths, and grindstones for weaponsmiths. Villagers now have a daily schedule that they follow, and they will try to find their own bed and their own workstation. When they work, they will also make sounds, as those blocks would make sounds if a player used them. You can now also see the villagers go to bed in the evening. Together with this, village detection has changed. It is no longer based on doors and skylight, it is now based on beds, job sites, and meeting points. Meeting points being defined as bells. Iron golem spawning has also changed. They will now spawn when enough villagers meet. Together with this is a complete overhaul of the trading system. Villagers will now level up in a different way, and their XP bar and level is shown in the interface. Villagers get different amount of XP depending on what trade you use. Higher level trades generally give more XP, and selling items to a villager will give approximately twice the XP as buying items. And here I'm talking about the XP that the villager gets, not the XP that the player gets. There are 5 different villager levels: novice, apprentice, journeyman, expert, and master, and every level unlocked will unlock random trades out of a set of available trades. The available stock has also changed. The villagers will now restock up to 2 times per day, and they only do so if they can work at their workstation. They also display an item that they want to trade in their hand. Generally, you can use a trade around 4 times before it locks up, and trading prices are no longer random. They have a base value and get modified depending on your reputation and on current demand. Commonly used trades will lead to higher prices. Let's go through all of the trades here, and the prices I'm gonna mention here are the base prices, that is, the price before it gets adjusted, so without a red line through it. Like I mentioned, the trades are a random selection out of the available pool. What I'm going to go through is the total available pool of trades for the villager types. That means that the trades you will actually see are one of these, not all of these. Let's go through them in alphabetical order, starting with the armorer. On novice levels, they can buy 15 coal for 1 emerald and sell iron armor pieces for as many emeralds as it would take iron ingots to craft that piece, plus 1 extra for the chest plate as 9 emeralds. For apprentice levels, the armorer can unlock 1 emerald trade for 4 iron ingots, or sell a bell for 36 emeralds, chainmail boots for 1 emerald, or leggings for 3 emeralds. For journeymen, they can unlock a trade of 1 emerald for 1 lava bucket or 1 diamond. They can also sell shields for 5 emeralds, chainmail helmets for 1 emerald, or chest plates for 4 emeralds. On expert level, they can unlock sales of enchanted diamond leggings or boots, and as in the old trading system, the price for enchanted items will depend on the level of the enchantment. For master level, an armorer can unlock sales for enchanted diamond helmet and chestplate, again with the price depending on the enchant. The butcher novice level trades are 1 emerald for 14 raw chicken, 7 raw pork chops, or 4 raw rabbits. They can also sell rabbit stew for 1 emerald. On apprentice level, they can give you 1 emerald for 15 coal and sell you 5 cooked pork chops or 8 cooked chicken for 1 emerald. On journeyman, they can give you 1 emerald for 7 raw mutton or 10 raw beef. On expert level, you can unlock a trade of 1 emerald for 10 dried kelp blocks, and on master level, you can unlock a trade of 1 emerald for 10 sweet berries. The cartographer novice level, 1 emerald for 24 papers, and selling empty maps for 7 emeralds. Apprentice cartographer trades 1 emerald for 10 glass panes, and selling ocean monument treasure maps for 13 emeralds. Journeyman unlocks 1 emerald for 1 compass, or selling woodland mansion treasure maps for 14 emeralds. Expert levels selling item frames for 7 emeralds and any color of banner for 3 emeralds. Master level unlocks 1 globe banner pattern, the newly added item, for 8 emeralds. Novice cleric unlocks 1 emerald for 32 rotten flesh. They can also sell 2 redstone for 1 emerald. Apprentice level unlocks 1 emerald for 3 gold ingots, and selling 1 lapis for 1 emerald. Journeyman 1 emerald for 2 rabbit feet, and a glowstone block sale for 4 emeralds. Expert level unlocks for clerics 1 emerald for 4 scutes or 9 glass bottles, and the sale of ender pearls for 5 emeralds. Master level 1 emerald for 22 nether warts, and the sale of experience bottles for 3 emeralds. Farmers at novice level can buy 20 wheat, 26 potatoes, 22 carrots, or 15 beetroots for 1 emerald. They can also sell 6 breads for 1 emerald. Apprentice level unlocks 1 emerald for 6 pumpkins, and the sale of 4 apples or pumpkin pies for 1 emerald. On journeyman, 1 emerald for 4 melons, or the sale of 18 cookies for 3 emeralds. Expert level sales of a cake for 1 emerald or a suspicious stew of some type for 1 emerald. And master level, the sale of 3 golden carrots for 3 emeralds or 3 glistening melons for 4 emeralds. Fishermen at novice levels can give you 1 emerald for 20 string or 10 coal, or sell you a bucket of cod for 3 emeralds. It can also cook 6 cod for you for 1 emerald. On apprentice level, they can give you 1 emerald for 15 cod, or sell campfires for 2 emeralds, and they also have a trade where they will cook 6 salmon for 1 emerald. Journeyman level unlocks 1 emerald for 13 salmon, or sell you an enchanted fishing rod, again with the price depending on the enchant. Expert level will give you 1 emerald for 6 tropical fish, and master level 1 emerald for 4 pufferfish or boats. The novice level Fletcher can give you 1 emerald for 32 sticks, or sell you 16 arrows for 1 emerald. There's also a trade for turning 10 gravel into 10 flint for 1 emerald. Apprentice level Fletcher trades 1 emerald for 26 flint, or selling an unenchanted bow for 2 emeralds. Journeyman level 1 emerald for 14 string, or selling an unenchanted crossbow for 3 emeralds. On expert level 1 emerald for 24 feathers, or selling an enchanted bow, again price depending on enchant. Master level 1 emerald for 8 tripwire hooks, or selling an enchanted crossbow, price depending on enchant again. And a very interesting trade, turning 5 arrows into 5 tipped arrows of some kind for 2 emeralds. Let's move on to the leather worker, and on novice level 1 emerald for 6 leather, or selling some color of dyed leather leggings for 3 emeralds or chestplate for 7 emeralds. Apprentice level 1 emerald for 26 flint, or selling dyed leather helmets for 5 or boots for 4 emeralds. Journeyman level 1 emerald for 9 rabbit hides, or another instance of the dyed leather chestplate trade for 7 emeralds. On expert level can give you 1 emerald for 4 scutes, or sell dyed leather horse armor for 6 emeralds. Master level selling saddles for 6 emeralds, or dyed leather helmets, another instance of that, again for 5. For librarians, every level has a chance of unlocking a random enchanted book trade, with the price depending on the enchant. In addition to that, on novice level they can also unlock 1 emerald trade for 24 papers, or sell 3 bookshelves for 6 emeralds. On apprentice level they can buy 4 books for 1 emerald, or sell lanterns for 1 emerald each. Journeyman level, 1 emerald for 5 ink sacks, or selling 4 blocks of glass for 1 emerald. On expert level, 1 emerald for 2 book and quills, or selling clocks for 5 emeralds, or compasses for 4 emeralds. On master level they will sell name tags for 20 emeralds. Masons. On novice level they can unlock 10 emeralds for 10 clay, or selling you 10 bricks for an emerald. Apprentice level unlocks 1 emerald for 20 stone blocks, or selling 4 chiseled stone bricks for an emerald. On journeyman they can buy 16 blocks of granite, andesite or diorite for an emerald, or sell 4 blocks of polished granite, andesite or diorite for an emerald. On expert level they can buy 12 quartz for an emerald, or sell any color of terracotta for 1 emerald. On master level they can sell quartz pillar for 1 emerald. Shepherds. On novice level they can unlock 1 emerald for 18 white, grey, black or brown wool blocks. They can also sell shears for 2 emeralds. On apprentice level they can give you 1 emerald for 12 white, grey, black, light blue or lime dyes. They can also sell any color of wool for 1 emerald, or 4 of any color of carpet for 1 emerald. On journeyman they will give you 1 emerald for 12 yellow, orange, red, light grey or pink dyes, and they can also sell any color of bed for 3 emeralds. Expert level unlocks 1 emerald for 12 green, cyan, blue, magenta or purple dyes, and the sale of any color of banner for 3 emeralds. Master level, they can sell 3 paintings for 2 emeralds. Toolsmith. On the novice level, they can unlock 1 emerald for 15 coal and sell stone axe, shovel, pickaxe or hoe for 1 emerald. On apprentice level, they will give you an emerald for 4 iron ingots, or sell you a bell for 36 emeralds. Journeyman level, you can unlock an emerald for 30 flint, or the sale of an enchanted iron axe, shovel or pickaxe, or an enchanted diamond hoe. Again, prices depending on enchant. Expert level, 1 emerald for 1 diamond, or the sale of an enchanted diamond axe or shovel. And master level can unlock the sale of an enchanted diamond pickaxe. For our final type of villager, the weaponsmith. On novice level, they can unlock 1 emerald for 15 coal, or the sale of an iron axe for 3 emeralds, and an enchanted iron sword to trade. On apprentice level, 1 emerald for 4 iron ingots, or the sale of a bell for 36 emeralds. Journeyman, 1 emerald for 24 flint. Note that this is one of the few instances of different prices for the same item to different types of villagers. On expert level, 1 emerald for 1 diamond and the selling of enchanted diamond axes, and master level is the sale of an enchanted diamond sword. And that is the end of the very long list of all of the new trades in the new village system. Let's talk about changes to gameplay in this version. TNT and TNT minecart explosions now have 100% drop rates on the items from the blocks that they blow up. Minecarts were unable to traverse corners in previous snapshots, that's fixed in this one, and blocks and entities above a bed could push sleeping players. That will now give you a new message saying this bed is obstructed. There's been a bit of a camera overhaul in this version. Here's the first instance of a bug fixed by that. If you're in F5 mode, third person mode, and walk through tall grass, seagrass, or basically any other transparent object, then the camera would glitch back and forth. That's fixed in this version. Bunch of fixes to crossbows and bows. A multi-shot crossbow arrow spread would depend on which pitch you shot it at. And you were unable to break coarse fruit flowers when shooting them with arrows or tridents from directly above. In the previous snapshot, arrows would pass straight through certain blocks and stop in the air behind them. That's fixed in this snapshot. Armor stands did not get affected by the piercing enchantments, that's been fixed in this version, and you could fire off fireworks rockets from a regular bow. Some fixes to fire. Fire charges could light campfires even though they were underwater, that's fixed in this version. And waterlogged wooden slabs and stairs and fences and scaffoldings could catch fire even though they were immersed in water. Speaking of scaffolding, placing scaffolding would break blocks in its way, and when you reach the build limit you would not get notifications of that. You're also unable to place the 7th scaffolding block out of a scaffolding bridge. Now you can place it and they will fall off. And finally, if a scaffolding or ladder was waterlogged, then you couldn't climb it, so you can now climb ladders underwater. You could not plant crops or berry bushes by aiming at the side of a block, you can now. And sweet berry bushes didn't replace snow layers, grass, tall grass, ferns and large ferns when you tried to place them. That's also fixed. In a previous snapshot, a bug was fixed where crops would not grow if there was a block above them. That fix did not help for melon and pumpkin stems, and those have been fixed in this version. And finally, when you reloaded your world, there was a bug where blocks with block entities like furnaces and chests in the chunk that you were in would get stuck and stop working. Couple of fixes to advancements. Who's the pillager now only triggers when you use an actual crossbow to shoot a pillager. That would previously also work with a bow. And a balanced diet has been updated. It now also requires the new food items added in this version, that is suspicious stew and sweet berries. Let's talk about mobs. Wither skeletons and zombie pigmen following an enemy would not go through lava to get to them. They will now, so the nether just got ever so slightly more scary. Enderman behavior has been broken for a long time when you look at them. That bug has finally been fixed, so when you look at an Enderman, they will now freeze and stare back at you until you look away, and then they will come for you. Also, Endermen didn't try to avoid fireworks that got shot at them, they do now. Skeletons using bows with enchantments would not actually apply the enchantments when firing, and pillagers when using crossbows with multi-shot would apply the multi-shot, shooting several arrows, but all the arrows would go in the same direction. Another bug with pillagers that has been fixed in the snapshot is that when they stopped fighting while reloading, then they would stay reloading forever until they spotted a new target. For passive mobs, parrots have learned to imitate pillagers, ravagers and pandas in this version. There's also a number of fixes to mobs doing things while dying and being able to interact with mobs that were dying. That included wolves shaking their fur while dying and being able to shear or tame mobs while dying. There are also a number of fixes to pets and how they behave, and especially in interacting with other mobs. Wolves would not attack mobs that you damage with a projectile, for instance. They will in this snapshot. And when one of your pets killed a mob, that didn't count as a player kill and thus didn't give you rare loot. That's been changed in this version, so a pet dog killing a mob will now count as a player kill. That also means that patrol leaders that get killed by your pets will now give the bad omen effect. Another fix for dogs, they would attack tamed cats. That's fixed in this snapshot. When you lead animals around holding their favorite food items, they would frequently just stop following you. That's been fixed in this snapshot. And a bug with the wandering trader and the trader llamas, they would spawn even when the do mob spawning game rule was set to false. Fixed in the snapshot. Let's talk about sounds, because there are new sounds in this version. The blast furnace has had a sound added. The smoker has had a sound added. The cauldron has had a sound added. The fletching table has had a sound added. And the smithing table has had a sound added. Now note that some of these sounds are for blocks that do not have any function. Those sounds play when villagers use those blocks. Also, if you clicked a bell in the spawn protection without being an operator, then it would animate but play no sound. That's fixed in this snapshot. And the range that you could hear the new note block sounds that were added in the previous snapshot was too low. That's fixed in this one. Let's talk about visuals as well, but let's linger with note blocks, because note blocks used gray colors for certain music notes. That's been fixed in this snapshot, so they're all colorful again. Other particle fixes, particle effects would appear slanted or disappear entirely when you went to bed. That's been fixed with the camera fixes in this version. Another effect of those camera fixes, if you're in F5 mode, in third person mode, when you go to bed, you will now see your character go to bed, instead of disappearing back into first person. More camera related fixes. The draw order of translucent blocks was based on the head position, not the camera position, which meant that they drew in the wrong order in some cases. And sometimes you would not even see the chunks behind the player even though you were in F5 mode. Tiny fix to the bell: when attached to certain blocks, then one side of the bell's support beam would disappear. Shadow fixes in this version: the shadows were too small for pandas, ravagers, turtles, elder guardians, ghasts, minecarts and boats. And also, when you had a crossbow in your offhand and used certain items with your main hands, those items would overlap. That's fixed in this version. Let's talk about accessibility. There's a bunch of improvements to accessibility in this version, including an accessibility menu.
Narrator narrates all button.
When you have the narrator turned on, buttons will be narrated when you focus on them.
Show subtitles off button. Text background opacity 50% slider.
And most screens in the menus now allow Tab and Shift Tab to navigate through the buttons, edit boxes and other UI elements. Most lists in the menus will allow you to use the up and the down arrow keys to navigate through the different options. There's also an option to turn up the background on all transparent text elements, which can make the text on them easier to read. That's it for the accessibility, but let's linger in the user interface. There was a bug with the difficulty lock that made it appear to unlock when you switched into a new dimension, and the scroll bar would reset when you selected a language. Those have been fixed in this version. Some changes to the in-game user interface as well. The wall types have now moved from the building blocks creative tab to the decoration blocks tab, and if you hover over a crossbow to see its lure, you will now also see information about the projectile that has been loaded. Let's talk about some tech stuff with map making and pack making. Villagers now have a brain data section in their NBT, which contains memories. I don't have a complete list of all of the data in this, but you can explore that further if you want. There's a new advancement trigger. It's killed_by_crossbow. Should be pretty self-explanatory. All of the wall recipe advancements have moved from recipes/building_blocks folder to the recipes/decorations folder. There are a bunch of new block tags in this version, all of them for the point of interest for villagers. So there's one POI block tag for every type of villager. So armorer_POI, butcher_POI, and so on. The full list is available in the changelog in the description. There are also more generic point of interest block tags. One is called job_site_POI, and that references all of the specific block tags and combines them all into one. There's also a meeting_site_POI, and that is just the bell by default. And then there's a points_of_interest block tag, which references in all of the meeting sites, job sites, and bed types. Finally, the new _village argument to /locate is gone, and the /locate village will now locate any type of the villages, because they're all on the new system now. Finally, I will mention two important things in terms of stability. There was a fix for a very important problem in the server, which meant that the server would use up 100% of one CPU when there were no users logged in. And, of course, there are a bunch of crash fixes as well. Now with that said, snapshots can be unstable, so be a bit careful when using this, and also if you upgrade any world to a snapshot, you can never downgrade that world again. So if you try this version, do so on a test world or on a backup of your world. If you want to try it but you don't know how, then click on the card on the video right now. We'll take you to a tutorial about how to get and play the latest snapshot. And that was all for this last massive content drop of new features for Minecraft 1.14. I hope you found this update video useful, and if you did, please help me out in return and leave a like. If you want to stay up to date with all the latest Minecraft news, then please subscribe to my channel where I do comprehensive update videos for every new version and snapshot released. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified whenever the videos are done. My name is slicedlime, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.